Greetings YouTube. Welcome to another weapons build. We're going to make some kind of an axe. Now I have this angle piece here and this straight piece here, and I believe these were part of a garage door opening system. I picked them up really cheap, I think at a yard sale or something. Somebody just had them and they didn't want them, and they came with a couple of bolts which I lost. No, they were over here. Give me a second. Yeah. So I got two bolts that came with them, one of which I'll be able to reuse up here, but I'm going to have to get a longer bolt because I'm going to need a bolt that's going to be able to go through. So I'm going to put this like that. So this one should be okay, I think. I'm not positive. But I'm going to have to drill a hole here and here in the blade itself. And I'm using this hole as the turning point for the cut. So I'm going to take out this wedge here. That's what those red lines are for. And I'm just going to use an angle grinder to cut those two things out. I have the wrong blade in my angle grinder. Well, that's life. I need to put in this blade right here, which is getting kind of torn up. Maybe time to retire that blade. We'll find out. And then I'm going to bolt this whole thing together. It should just take, it's going to take two fasteners to do it, because I'll be going through that hole and that hole. But this one, I don't know, we'll find out whether I need longer fasteners or not. So yeah, that's up in the air. It's up in the air. I just noticed my battery's about to die, so I need to go to rest that real darn quick. So I need to go get a new battery. And then I need to cut. Probably be easier to cut the blade first. It'll be a smaller object to clamp to my drill press, so I can drill the two holes I need to drill through this thing. Because drilling holes through hardened steel is going to be hard enough on its own. I don't need to make the challenge higher by having excess blade in my way. So yeah, so that's what I'll probably do. I'm going to go and get a new battery, and then come down here and cut out this wedge, which I'll save because, you know, who knows? I may find a use for that wedge as well, because it's still a nice saw blade. You know, you can always find use for a saw blade when you're making weapons. I have an entire, in fact, if you come over here, I have an entire collection of saw blades here, all waiting for weapon projects. That's all those are for. I don't have a table saw, and these are nothing I would want to put on my circular saw, my hand saw. So yeah, these are just for weapon builds. Alrighty, so I know my shop's a mess, so I know my table's is a disaster. That's just the way it is. So yeah, so next is get a new battery, and then cut that wedge out of that blade. Alrighty, the wedge has been cut. And I tried two methods on this because I've never really cut a saw blade before. So it's kind of a learning curve for me. So first of all, I laid down a line, and then I tried to follow the line. That didn't work. It just kind of skittered across the steel. It's too damn hard. On this one, which looks much better, I came in here. I let it kind of do what it wanted to do till it got as far in as I could vertically. Then I brought the tool up, and then I began to just follow that. So it was important that I aimed as best I could. I didn't do bad. I mean, I was aiming for that edge right there, so I didn't get far off. And this one looks a heck of a lot better than that one. I can clean this up. I'm going to do that next. So I'm going to clean up that, take the burrs off it and stuff, so it's not dangerous for me to handle. This will be put into the potential new project file. Who knows what that'll end up as. And then it will be layout, marking, and drilling through this, which is not going to be fun, I don't think. It's not going to be fun. No, it's not. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so coming in from the edge and just aiming really well gave me the cleanest cut when I was going through hardened steel, which is really good to know for future projects. There's a sliver I don't want. So yeah, so future projects, future James, remember how you cut that. So now we have a new battery, and we have a sub-assembly. So I've drilled holes here, here, and here, and I gotta say that my roto brooch set from Blair, absolute champion. I mean, I'm cutting through hardened steel with that thing without a problem. Absolutely a dream. If you want to work on hardened steel, sheet metal, thin pieces like this, get yourself a pair of Blair roto brooch, a set of Blair roto brooch bits. Just so good. So this is actually complete. However, this shaft here is not really comfortable to hold. So I have this here, which is actually part of an old chin-up bar. The kind you screw them apart and you spread them so they're in a doorway, you know, from one side of the door frame to the other side of the door frame. It's broken. I can't remember where I picked it up. I've got both tubes, but it didn't work anymore. It didn't screw together properly. But it's a nice piece of tubing. It's nice and shiny, and it is the perfect diameter to put on here. So I have already drilled a hole all the way through it, and I got some more. I've scrounged up some more fasteners from my collection. This is another no-buy build I'm doing here. Everything you're seeing me put it together today was something I had in my collection, in the house. I mean, in my shop already. So now I'm going to put the handle on there, and then we're done. I'll show you the final bit, and then I'm going to get some stills. So there we go. I apologize if it's a little bright in here. Everything's really shiny. Sorry. I like lots of light in my shop when I'm working. So we have the blade mounted to this, which is the whole thing is now bolted together. All three of these holes are helping to hold the blade in place. That one has actually got a washer on the other side to hold it in place. And then that is just keeps the the blade flopping around. And then of course all three of these also hold the angled bar to the straight bar, and the whole thing goes inside this silver tube, and then we got that right there to hold the whole thing together. So I think it came out pretty nice. I'm gonna go take some shots outside of it, and hopefully I can get him to work on my software. The software I use for stitching my videos together doesn't like certain orientations of pictures. It tries to rotate them, which is really frustrating. I think it wants to make everything landscape. It doesn't like portrait, if I remember correctly. So we're going to see if I can get my software to cooperate with me today. So there we go. Again, outside, take some pictures. I will also be posting these on my DeviantArt and on my Instagram if you are interested. So thank you for being here for this this weapons build. And again, this is all found object stuff that I've had in my shop. In some cases, I've had that saw blade kicking around for years. I bought a bunch at an estate sale. I bought I don't know, 25 or 30. I think it was 24 or 25 saw blades for $5 because they just wanted them out of the house. I'm like, I'll take them. So now I have a whole bunch for weapon builds. So that's cool. All right, actually, I think one or two of them are actually good enough I could use them if I wanted to. They're like masonry saw blades. Maybe use those someday. Alrighty, so thanks for being here, and I hope you'll be here for the next build.